Come closer, my friends, and let the flickering lamplight cast long, dancing shadows upon the cold stone, yet his hands could coax marble into ethereal forms. The first notable commission came from the paranoid Duke Valerius of Moravia, a man haunted by plots and whispers of assassination. Valerius sought not just a fortress, but a living, breathing guardian, a palace that would eliminate threats before they even materialized. Volkov delivered. The Duke's new hunting lodge, a marvel of rustic elegance nestled deep in the Carpathian Mountains, boasted a magnificent grand staircase. Yet beneath its polished oak lay a series of meticulously balanced counterweights, designed to shift subtly, imperceptibly, when a specific sequence of steps was trodden by an unfamiliar weight or gait. The haunting image of the Duke's most trusted, yet secretly treacherous advisor, falling through a suddenly gaping maw on the floor during a celebratory banquet, his screams abruptly cut short as he vanished into the darkness below, leaving only a stunned silence and the lingering scent of fear cemented Volkov's macabre genius. It was deemed an unfortunate accident, a structural flaw, but those who knew Volkov or dared to look closer saw the chilling precision of a mind that crafted death as an art form. This was but the first brushstroke in a gloomy Baroque masterpiece of architectural terror. His mind could conceive of spaces that defied gravity and delighted the eye. Yet beneath the veneer of aesthetic perfection lay a darker philosophy. He believed that true power was not merely displayed but enforced, that a monarch's authority should extend even to the very air they breathed within their walls. His psychological depth was a labyrinth of contradictions, a profound appreciation for beauty intertwined with a cold, almost clinical fascination with control and the ultimate fragility of life. Perhaps it stemmed from a childhood marked by betrayal, a deep-seated distrust of the very power he served, or a twisted artistic impulse to create the ultimate, inescapable masterpiece. His inner conflict was a silent battle between the pure joy of creation and the grim reality of his commissions. For tonight, we speak not of the gilded grandeur of royal palaces, but of the silent, unseen mechanisms of death hidden within their very foundations. Imagine, if you will, the architects of old, men of vision and artistry, who sculpted stone and light into monuments of power and beauty. But what if one among them, a master of his craft, possessed a darker genius, a mind that saw not just beauty in design, but lethal purpose in every archway, every staircase, every hidden passage? We speak of Master Ignaz Volkov, a name whispered in hushed tones across the courts of 17th century Europe. A man whose architectural brilliance was matched only by the chilling ingenuity of his hidden designs. Volkov was a paradox, a recluse of severe countenance. His reputation began with whispers, subtle rumors of unusual features in the palaces he designed. Volkov's infamy, rather than diminishing his commissions, only amplified them. Monarchs, increasingly paranoid in an age of shifting loyalties and sudden coups, would often stroll through her garden, a space meant to project absolute authority. The Duke, a man of towering ambition but crippling fear, desired a room where no secret could be overheard and no traitor could escape. Volkov created a chamber of mirrors, its walls reflecting endless repetitions of the Duke's formidable image. But these mirrors concealed more than reflections. Behind certain panels, a network of sonic resonators was installed, designed to emit a specific inaudible frequency that, when activated, would induce extreme disorientation, vertigo, and eventually, a fatal cerebral hemorrhage in anyone trapped within its field. The Duke would use this chamber for his most sensitive interrogations. The haunting image of a defiant conspirator, his eyes wide with terror and confusion, thrashing silently in the mirrored room as his mind betrayed him, his body collapsing without a mark, while the Duke watched from a hidden soundproofed alcove. His face, illuminated by the reflected agony, cemented Volkov's reputation as the architect of inescapable doom. Each successful trap further isolated Volkov, placing him beyond the pale of normal society. A dark legend in his own time, his soul increasingly consumed by the shadows he so masterfully crafted. Observing from a hidden vantage point as perceived enemies, Volkov, now an old man, his hands gnarled, his eyes holding the haunted wisdom of countless dark creations, found himself increasingly isolated. The monarchs who once sought his macabre genius now feared him, seeing in his creations not just protection, a chilling reflection of their own mortality. His final commission was for a reclusive prince-bishop, a man of immense spiritual authority but profound earthly paranoia, who desired a private chapel of absolute sanctity and impenetrable security. Volkov designed a sanctuary of ethereal beauty, its vaulted ceilings soaring like a prayer, stained glass windows depicting scenes of divine judgment. Yet beneath the altar, a complex system of hidden passages and pressure-activated mechanisms lay dormant. A final, intricate trap designed to protect the prince-bishop from any who dared profane his sacred space, or even merely those who had outlived their usefulness, met their sudden, inexplicable end. The haunting image of a courtier, mid-conversation, suddenly clutching his throat as he stumbled, his face contorting in silent agony before collapsing amidst the fragrant roses, leaving only a faint, bitter almond scent on the breeze, became a macabre legend. Volkov, observing these grim spectacles from afar, felt a strange detachment. His psychological depth had deepened into a chilling abyss. He no longer saw himself as merely an architect, but as an instrument of divine, or perhaps infernal, justice, purging the world of its deceit and weakness, one meticulously designed death at a time. His inner conflict, once a torment, had calcified into a cold certainty. He believed he was bringing order to a chaotic world, forcing monarchs to confront the brutal realities of their power. Sought not just opulent residences, but instruments of absolute control, silent executioners built into the very fabric of their power. His designs became bolder, more intricate, each palace a testament to his chilling imagination. Consider the sprawling summer residence of Queen Isolde of Saxony, a woman whose beauty masked a soul consumed by suspicion. She commissioned Volkov to create a garden of delights, a labyrinthine expanse of sculpted hedges, hidden grottos, and whispering fountains. But within its verdant embrace, Volkov wove a deadly ballet, certain pathways seemingly innocuous, concealed pressure plates connected to hidden mechanisms that would release a volley of poisoned darts from disguised gargoyles, or trigger the sudden collapse of a decorative stone archway onto an unsuspecting victim. The queen, her eyes gleaming with a cold satisfaction. His most audacious design was for the Grand Duke Leopold's new state chambers. But even the most meticulous architect of doom cannot escape the ultimate design of fate. Volkov, in his waning years, began to experience a profound inner conflict, a gnawing remorse. The beauty he had crafted, the artistry he had poured into these palaces. As he approached the altar, perhaps to offer a silent prayer for the souls he had unwittingly condemned, or for his own tormented spirit, a subtle click echoed in the silence. A mechanism, perhaps one he had designed to be triggered only by a specific weight or movement, activated. The haunting image of Master Ignaz Volkov, the architect of death traps, caught in his own final, inescapable design. As the very altar he approached began to descend, revealing a gaping maw beneath. His eyes wide with a mixture of terror and a strange, profound acceptance, is a chilling testament to the poetic justice of his end. He vanished, just like those he had condemned, leaving no trace, coming another silent secret within the walls he had so meticulously crafted. To this day, the palaces he designed stand, magnificent and imposing, their beauty a deceptive veil over the dark secrets they hold. And as visitors marvel at their grandeur, one might wonder, what other unseen mechanisms lie dormant, waiting for a misplaced step, a forgotten sequence? A chilling reminder that even the most beautiful creations can harbor the darkest intentions. Forever etching the legacy of the architect of death traps into the very stone of Europe's royal history, was forever tainted by the blood that had been shed within their walls. He saw not masterpieces, but monuments to human fear and cruelty. His psychological depth, once a source of dark inspiration, now became a wellspring of despair. He knew too much, had seen too much, had created too much horror. His tragic fate was sealed not by a vengeful monarch, but by the very nature of his creations. One cold, moonless night, seeking solace, or perhaps a final understanding, Volkov returned to the Prince Bishop's chapel, the last of his dark masterpieces. He knew its every secret, every hidden spring, every deadly trigger. He moved through its hallowed silence, his footsteps echoing softly, a ghost among his own creations. But even the master can, perhaps in his profound weariness, simply ceased to care.